Hey again, friend. Now that you're here and we're settled in, let's get down to it. What I'm about to share with you might just save your sanity. Heck, it might even save your marriage, your reputation, or your social life at the senior center. And trust me, those bingo ladies can be brutal. See, when you hit a certain age, say anywhere from 55 to 75, you start to realize life isn't just about what you say. It's about what you don't say. Some things are better left tucked away, like that old love letter from 1967 I still keep in my drawer. Yeah, I'm sentimental, don't judge me. So, friend, here are 10 things you should never, ever tell anyone. And I'll tell you why, story by story, from my long life full of bloopers, blessings, and busted boundaries. Number 1. Never tell anyone how much money you really have or don't have. Let me tell you a story about my buddy Chuck. Now, Chuck, bless his sweet, naive heart, was always too honest for his own good. One day, after church potluck, he blurts out, "Yeah, I just sold my rental property and pocketed $320,000. Whew! You could practically hear the calculator buttons clicking in every other retiree's mind. Next thing you know, he's getting calls from fourth cousins asking for loans, and somehow he's suddenly the top pick to fund every community bake sale and nephew's startup. That poor man couldn't even sneeze without someone handing him a GoFundMe link. The truth is, friend, when people know what you've got, whether it's a fat retirement account or just a cozy Social Security check, they start forming expectations. Or worse, they start planning your money better than you do. So zip it. Keep your finances sacred. Be generous, yes, but mysterious. Like Batman, but with dentures. Number 2. Never tell people you're lonely. Now this one might surprise you. You might be thinking, Paul, aren't we supposed to be honest about our feelings? Sure, with the right people. But let me tell you what happens when you blurt out, "I'm so lonely these days," to the wrong ears. Suddenly, you're not the wise, respected elder. You're a charity case. You become someone to tolerate out of pity. Worse, you'll get every kind of shallow invitation. "Oh, you should come to our toddler's birthday party. It'll cheer you up." Like a room full of screaming kids and sugar-hyped clowns is what your soul needs. What you really need is connection, yes, but with people who care. So don't toss your heart out to just anyone passing by. Save your deeper truths for the folks who've earned your trust, like me, or your old fishing partner who knows not to talk during a strike. Number 3. Never tell people your full medical history on day 1. Oh boy, this one gets me. I once went on a date at the ripe old age of 74. Her name was Edna. Sweet gal, sharp mind. But 5 minutes into our coffee, she pulls out a laminated folder of her medical tests. "I just think we should be transparent," she said. I kid you not, friend, there were diagrams, blood work summaries, and a full colonoscopy report. Now, I've seen a lot in my life, but nothing kills romance faster than digestive tract photos with your cappuccino. Here's the rule. Share your health stuff gradually. It ain't a confessional. You don't need to list every wart, pill, or creaky joint. Trust grows slowly. And mystery, my friend, is still sexy, even with gray hair. Number 4. Never tell people your kids' deepest problems. Look, I know, your grown kids aren't perfect. Maybe your daughter married a guy who spends more time at the bar than at work, or your son can't hold a job longer than a carton of milk lasts. But don't go broadcasting it. You see, when you tell people your kid's dirty laundry, you're not just hurting them. You're painting a big old target on your own back. You become the woman with the messed up son, or the guy whose daughter is always crying on Facebook. You raised your kids the best you could. Now let them live, fail, and grow privately. Because as much as folks act sympathetic, some are just looking for drama, and our family business isn't a soap opera for public viewing. Number 5, never tell people you regret your past. Oh, this one's a big one, friend. I once sat on a bench with a man named Bill. He was 90, sharp as a tack, but quiet. One day he looked at me and said, "I spent 40 years in a job I hated because I was scared to try anything else." I nodded. I said, "That's heavy." And he goes, "I've never told anyone that, and now I never will again." That stuck with me. Now look, we all have regrets. You think I don't sometimes wish I'd moved to Spain with Lisa back in '72, or learned to play the saxophone, or bought Apple stock when it was $4? But regrets are like mold. The more you air them out in the wrong places, the more they grow. They fester. They define you. Instead, learn from them, whisper them to God, and focus on what you can still do today. You're not done yet, friend. Not even close. Hey, friend, real quick. If you've gotten this far, that means you're either nodding your head, wiping a tear, or chuckling into your tea. Maybe all three. And I just want to say thank you. I've lived a long life, but moments like this, where I get to talk to you, they're the kind of moments I treasure. If this is striking a chord with you, do me a favor. Take the like button. Leave a comment, share your favorite unwritten rule, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep having these heart-to-heart talks. It helps more than you know. And maybe, just maybe, this old man's voice can help a few more folks out there like you. All right, back to our story. Number 6, never tell people your age if you can help it. Let me be honest. If I had a nickel for every time someone looked at me and said, "Wow, you don't look 80, I'd finally buy that recliner with a massage setting. People judge age differently. To some, 60 means done. To others, 70 means still kicking. But when you say your age up front, it puts you in a box. You're too old for this or too old for that. Why let them decide? Keep them guessing. Say you're somewhere between 40 and fabulous. Or my favorite, I stopped counting after 39 for tax reasons. Number 7, never tell people how you really feel about their cooking, house, or grandkids. Oh, this one's gotten me in trouble. Once, my cousin's wife made a casserole so dry it needed a lifeguard. I said it tasted like drywall with a hint of regret. She didn't speak to me for 2 years. Honesty is good, friend, but diplomacy is better. Your neighbor's grandchild may not be a prodigy. He might just be a loud, sticky goblin. But you smile and say, "He's got such energy." Trust me, it saves friendships. Number 8, never tell people you're afraid of the future. This one is personal. Some nights I lie awake thinking, what if my memory fades? What if I can't live alone anymore? What if I become a burden? But you know what? I don't tell everyone that, because fear, when spoken carelessly, can invite more fear. What I do share is my courage, that I'm still learning, still growing, still laughing, that I've lived through wars, love, loss, recessions, pandemics, and I'm still here. You don't have to lie, but you don't have to bare your soul to people who won't carry it gently. Number 9, never tell people who you voted for, unless you're ready for battle. Let me put it this way, friend. Politics at our age is like spicy chili. Not everyone can handle it, and some folks get heartburn just from smelling it. Want to keep your friends, your sanity, and your invites to game night? Then keep your ballot private. Nod, smile, and say, I believe in kindness, honesty, and not arguing with my friends over coffee. They'll never know what hit them. And number 10, never tell people you're too old for something. This one is the kicker. If I ever hear you say, "I'm too old for that," I'm going to come over there and swat you with my newspaper. Age is a number. Yes, my knees creak like haunted floorboards. Yes, I grunt every time I stand. But last year I learned how to salsa dance and I didn't break a single hip. Don't limit yourself. Want to start painting? Do it. Want to travel? Go. Want to start a YouTube channel about your life advice and garden tips? I'll be your first subscriber. You're not done, friend. You're just getting started with more wisdom, more wit, and way better stories. And that might... So, where were we? Yes, I told you the 10 things you should never tell anyone. But you know what? There's one thing you absolutely should tell people. And I'll get to that soon, but not yet. First, I want to tell you something a little deeper, because you're not just some viewer out there clicking through videos. You stuck around. That tells me you care. Maybe about life, maybe about getting older with grace, or maybe you're just curious what a chatty old man might say next. Either way, I'm glad you're here. See, the older we get, the more we start collecting silence. We stop talking about our dreams, we stop talking about our fears, and we especially stop talking about our stories. The funny ones, the heartbreaking ones, the awkward, embarrassing, life-defining ones. And that's a tragedy, friend. Because here's the truth I've learned in 80 years on this earth. People don't remember what you owned. They remember how you made them feel. They remember your stories, your lessons, your love. So, while I told you the things you shouldn't say, I want to spend this second half talking about what you should. Let me tell you a story. I once had a friend named Glenn. We met in our 20s when we were both in the Army. Glenn was one of those big laugh, big heart kind of guys. The kind who could tell a joke and get the whole bar cracking up before the punchline even landed. Anyway, Glenn was always quiet about his personal life. Never talked about his parents, never mentioned regrets. And for decades, I thought he just had it all figured out. Fast forward to his 79th birthday. We were sitting on his porch, sipping lemonade and watching the sun melt over the trees. Out of the blue, Glenn says, "Paul, did I ever tell you I wanted to be a poet?" I laughed, thinking it was a setup. What, you, Mr. Football Tackle First, Talk Later, wanted to write poems? He nodded. Yep, used to write them in a notebook under my mattress. I was too scared to show anyone. I asked him why he never told me. He looked off into the distance, then said, "Because I thought people would laugh. And now, I'm too old to even remember most of what I wrote." That stuck with me like a thorn in my sock. I went home and cried that night. Not because Glenn was weak, but because he kept a beautiful part of himself locked away his whole life. And for what? Fear? Pride? Shame? Friend, that's no way to live. So let me tell you something else. What you should tell people before it's too late. Here are a few things I wish more people over 55 said out loud. 1. Tell people you love them, loud and often. Don't wait for funerals. Don't wait for illnesses. Say it today. Say it with your coffee breath and morning bedhead. Tell your daughter you're proud of her. Tell your son you love the man he's become. Hug your old neighbor and say thank you for being there all those years. You know how many people I wish I had said it to? Too many. And the list never gets shorter, only heavier. 2. Tell your story. Record your life. Seriously. Get a little notebook or turn on the voice recorder on your phone. Tell your story. Talk about your first kiss, your first heartbreak, that time you danced in the rain or snuck out to watch Elvis live. Those stories aren't meaningless. They're you. And one day, someone you love will cling to those stories like gold. And if you don't tell them, they vanish. Don't let your memories die in silence. 3, tell the truth to yourself. Now this one's hard. We seniors, we get good at putting on a smile. I'm fine, we say. I don't need help. I don't mind eating alone. But deep down, sometimes we're not fine. Sometimes we do mind. Sometimes we're scared. And you know what? That's okay. You don't have to broadcast it, but at least be honest with yourself. It's the first step to finding peace, to healing, to change. You can't fix what you refuse to face. 4, tell people what you're still dreaming of. Dreaming isn't just for kids. Heck, I just told my grandniece I want to learn the harmonica before I die, and now she's teaching me on Tuesdays. You still have time. You still have passions. It's never too late to try. You want to write a novel? Do it. You want to visit the Grand Canyon? Go. You want to start dating again? Swipe away, my friend. Don't let anyone, including that voice in your head, tell you otherwise. And 5, tell people when you need them. You don't have to carry everything alone. We're not meant to. Whether it's help with groceries, tech stuff, or just needing someone to sit beside you in silence, say it. There's strength in that kind of honesty, real strength. And you'd be surprised how many people are waiting for the chance to be there for you if you just open the door. Now, let me circle back to Glenn. A few months before he passed, I helped him dig out that old poetry notebook. The paper was yellowed, fragile, and stained with decades of silence. We read them out loud, one by one. And let me tell you, they were beautiful. Some made us cry, some made us laugh till our dentures rattled. But all of them, they were pure Glenn. At his funeral, I read one out loud. The crowd fell silent. Some wept. And for a moment, Glenn's voice filled the room. Not the Glenn they knew, but the Glenn he was all along. That's what happens when you share yourself. You live on. Not just in granite headstones or old photos, but in hearts. So now, here's the one thing you should always tell the world. This is who I am, fully, fearfully, beautifully. Not hidden, not edited, not muted. Because, friend, you are a masterpiece still in progress. And every laugh line, every scar, every wild idea still bouncing around in your head, it's part of your magic. Don't let fear or pride or age seal your voice away. Speak up, share your soul, leave your mark. And remember, you're not done. If no one else tells you this today, let me be the first. I see you. I appreciate you. And I'm so dang proud of how far you've come. Now go on and live the rest of your life louder, braver, and with a bit more mischief. You've earned it. And if you ever forget, come back and hear this again. Because Paul Walker, the wrinkled, salsa-dancing, harmonica-practicing old man, believes in you. Always has, always will.